Before we get started here, I just want to give a huge shout out to Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley for allowing me to come in and film this review. In their bowling alley, they put out their league shot for me, and have always been good friends of mine and fantastic, a very fantastic bowling alley. So huge shout out to Ashwaubenon and the Orvis brothers for allowing me to come in and film my review here. Just a quick thing about them is they put in a brand new arcade. They just finished up a bar remodel. Great place to go if you're in the Green Bay area and throw some pins back. So make sure you check them out. And also they do have the USBC Queens coming up. So if you have not signed up for that and want to give it a shot, that will be at Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley here in May. So make sure you head on over and check them out. They're fantastic. Then also, before we get into the video, I just got to give a quick shout out to Storm. Storm has been so gracious in their support of me and being able to allow me to throw the best bowling balls on the planet. So just a huge shout out to Storm for their continued support, because this obviously would not be possible without Storm. Shout out to Vice Inserts as well for their continued support. They just jumped on with me in the latter part of last year, and I'm so incredibly excited to have Vice on. I've been using Vice ever since I was a little kid. I've tried using some other products, and no other products compare to the Vice products. I'm really happy to have them on and have their support as well, because they really have the best grips in the game. So make sure that when you get your next ball drilled, you ask for some Vice inserts in that ball. And lastly, just a massive shout out to I Am Bowling. They were the first company that took me on, and obviously they've been a huge support of mine and keep me looking good out on the lanes. So if you're looking for a new jersey, head on over to iambowling.com. They have, I think, over 300 jersey designs that you can get, and then you can use my promo code, which is going to be down in the description. It is Firehouse07, all lowercase letters. You can use that at checkout and save yourself 20% off of your design. So please head on over and support them, because they are huge friends of mine and huge helps, and I wouldn't be able to be where I am today without them. So make sure you head on over and support all of my sponsors as well as I Am Bowling. Alright, so let's dive into this Attention Star. The Attention Star releases on February 16th of 2024. This ball features a Reactigloss finish out of box, and I did touch this one with 1500 kind of before hitting the record button on this. The cover on this is E-Trax Plus Pearl cover stock. This was used 3 times, most recently obviously in this Attention Star. It was also used in the Attention S, which was a overseas release, and then the RST X2, which was obviously a domestic release. Now, I will say that I can certainly see the similarities between this ball and the RST X2, which we will see a little bit later. In the core in this ball is going to be the Momentous AV Plus AI core. This is basically a brand new core. This kind of uses that Momentous core from the Attention line that's very popular overseas, wraps it around the amplified inertia core that we have really been starting to see with a lot of the SPI releases, first with Storm and now with 900 Global and Roto Grip. This is the first time, again, that this core has technically been used. RG248 differential of 049, mass bias of 017, and that is in 15 pounds. So up next in the comparison, we are going to be looking at the Exotic Gem. This ball was released in December of 2022. This ball has Microtrax Pearl cover stock on there. This cover has only been used twice, once in the Duo, once in the Exotic Gem. Then we have the Defiant LRG core. This core was technically used 5 times in the Gem line. The difference between the Defiant LRG core and the regular Defiant core was just the fact that it's just a lower RG core. They changed some of the, I believe they changed some of the densities in it, so that it kind of lowers the RG in that. RG is 247, differential of 053, mass bias of 016, and that is in 15 pounds. I will say that this is probably my favorite asymmetric pearl that I throw right now. This one always winds up in my bag, so I'm a really big fan of this exotic gem and why I chose to feature it in this video. Lastly, the last ball that we're going to be looking at in terms of comparison is going to be the RSTX2. This ball was released in August of 2021 and does feature that E-Trax Plus pearl cover stock that we talked about originally when talking about the Attention Star. The core in this ball is the RST core, or the Roto Star Tour core. This core has been used 4 times total: RSTX1, RSTX1 Squad, RSTX2, and RSTX3. This ball features an RG of 253, differential of 053, and a mass bias of 016, and that is in 15 pounds. For a while, this RSTX2 was one of my favorite asymmetric pearls that I was throwing. Very clean through the front, fairly angular through the back, but I would say it still had an aspect of smoothness to it. Kind of instead of that exotic gem I think makes more of a right to left sort of motion in the back part of the lane. This one is just a hair smoother transitioning off that break point. So I did like the RSTX2. It was replaced by the exotic gem, but again, definitely 3 of, I think, the best motions in terms of asym pearl that I've thrown in the recent past. Alright, so in terms of how this Attention Star reacted, my first impression was that this was fairly smooth. I think it was probably in between that exotic gem and the RSTX2. Not quite as whippy, say, as what the exotic gem is, not quite as strong as what the exotic gem is, but certainly maybe a little bit more of a step up from that X2. A lot of people have been comparing this to the UFO alert, which I can certainly see. I didn't really throw the UFO alert a lot. You know, a lot of people love that ball. I ended up plugging and re-drilling my UFO alert, so was it exactly kind of what other people were seeing? Probably not. Was it as good as maybe what I would see if I would have drilled a fresh ball in that same layout? Probably not. However, I did have an 800 with the UFO alert. But I can certainly see the comparisons. Like I said, not quite as whippy as that exotic gem. Probably not as weak as what that X2 is. It does pick up just a smidgen earlier than what that X2 does. But again, is a little smoother than I think kind of what that exotic gem is. We've been seeing it out a lot on tour. You know, kind of through the, you know, we saw it, I think, quite a bit in that Illinois Classic. We're seeing a little bit again, you know, kind of through the Pete Weber Classic. But you are really starting to see this on tour quite a bit, and, you know, a lot of the tour guys did like the UFO alert, so it does make sense. Is this going to make my bag? I'm not 100% sure. You know, I did kind of have a little hiccup when I was drilling this ball. Kind of just got a hair too long with the span. I am making a little bit of a span change. Made it just a smidgen too long. You know, so I am probably going to get another one. Maybe fine-tune the drilling just a little bit more, kind of put maybe the same layout as the exotic gem in it. You know, so it's a little too early for me to tell whether this one is going to make the bag. I did bowl a tournament. It did look pretty well going down the tournament, so I would say probably yes, as long as it offers me just a little bit different of emotion than what that exotic gem does, which I think it does. So thank you guys for watching this video. I am kind of battling through an injury bug a little bit, so I'm not sure how many reviews I will get to be putting out here in the near future, but we'll keep working on it. So until the next video, guys, good luck and good bowling.